This
they do 9
conference
to
will
order
now
roll
be
call,
recorded.
please.
Trustee Paul. Present. Trustee Zerbal. You're muted. Trustee.
Here.
Okay, thank
Here.
you.
Trustee Bukowski.
Here.
Trustee Melchewski.
Here.
President Kardowski.
Here.
Trustees Allison Williams and Mark Williams are excused this evening.
Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who did you say was excused, please?
Allison Williams and Mark Williams.
Thank you.
Please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Gary Paul, second by Mike Malcheski to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda.
I did not
public-
get an agenda, so I need to know what the items are, please.
Okay, the action item is action on resolution R6-2-20, delegating responsibility for a premise extension. You had it at Public Works last week.
Thank you.
Okay. Any public that would like to speak on something not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on. Number 6, action item. Action on resolution R6-2-20, delegating responsibility for premises extension. I brought this to the Public Works Committee last week. There's multiple municipalities within our area that has elected to let their businesses apply to move some of their business outside. We normally would not allow that to happen, but we are trying to be flexible for some of them in the wake of having the pandemic, and that they can have more people seating. So we're going to be a little more flexible on allowing their liquor license to be changed up to to add some premises outside. This has gone through the chief. I talked with the chief about it. I talked with our legal counsel about it. I talked with Patrick from the clerk's office who does the licensing. They will all see the map or the area that these extra places are wanting to add tables outside. It is through November 1st, which is the Viking Packer game, hoping that we have a Packer season. But it's through November 1st when there would be the Packer game, and then it would end. So I just thought it was a good idea. Like I said, De Pere did it, Nina's done it, Oshkosh has done it, Wauwatosa has done it, Manitowoc's done it. A lot of places have done it. So I'm just asking for you to consider this. It did pass Public Works last week.
Is there
Mary,
a resolution on this? Could we read the resolution so that the public could understand what we're doing?
Sure. Do you want to read the resolution, Patrick?
Whereas the Village of Ashwaubenon desires to support its businesses, including restaurants, bars, and taverns, or licensed premises during the reopening phase of the COVID-19 pandemic, and whereas many public health authorities are recommending physical distancing to prevent exposure to and the spread of COVID-19, and whereas the village board recognizes that restaurants, bars, and taverns within the Village of Ashwaubenon may have particular difficulty providing recommended physical distancing and operating profitably within the confines of their building, and may wish to provide additional or alternative seating outdoors, and whereas the village board wishes to provide temporary relief to restaurants, bars, and taverns by providing those businesses an opportunity to utilize available outdoor space, including property owned by the licensee, sidewalks adjacent to the licensed premise, or other approved outdoor space during this limited period to maximize their service area. And whereas the current process authorized by the Ashwaubenon Municipal Code to expand the licensed premises can take a period of time that may not provide more immediate temporary relief to restaurants, bars, and taverns or licensees, while waiting for the customary Public Works Protection Committee and/or Village Board meetings. And now therefore be it resolved by the Village Board of the Village of Ashwaubenon that a temporary expansion of licensed premises through November 1st, 2020 may be permitted if approved by the city, city clerk, director of public safety, village president, and the clerk is authorized to develop a separate form for such request. Be it further resolved that all temporary premises expansions shall comply with all other relevant or applicable laws, ordinances, regulations, including without limitation, Ashwaubenon Municipal Code Chapter 3, Sections 3-2-92 and 9-1-6 concerning outdoor areas and loud and unnecessary noise respectively. Be it further resolved that any temporary expansion of premises will expire in November 1st, 2020 and shall not be a permanent grant. Be it further resolved that all temporary premise expansions granted shall be reported to the village board at its next regular meeting and placed on the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Mary, can I ask a question? What kind of hoops do the applicants have to go through, if any at all? Because it seems to me, and I think you got an email from Tim Keene from Margaritas, and it referenced Tavern League and Green Bay in particular, that they had to file site, or I think maybe I'm wrong, but file some type of site plans and what their everything else that goes with it going forward. Is this going to be easy for these businesses?
It will be fairly easy. There's an application that will be online, and then they will have to draw a specific site plan so that it can be all okayed. One of the biggest concerns that we will have, of course, is public safety with the fire issues. So yes, they will have to draw a site plan, but it's a fairly basic application. It shouldn't be too hard for anybody really to fill out.
Trustee Zerbo, this would be no different than any other entity that would want to request outdoor seating. They have to provide a design to show the dimensions, what have you, proper signage to keep the alcohol within that confined area. We do this routinely.
Okay.
Pat,
Thank you.
are you the one that approves it then?
Ultimately, but also with consult of village attorney and the chief.
And the chief, okay.
So,
If I may, just as a point of interest, should the resolution show expiring November 2nd? Because November 1st, as you alluded to, is the Packer game.
well, it could be. Well, could it be midnight on November 1st? I don't want people to think that they can, continue it on to Monday.
But Monday's the 2nd, which it would be expired. If it expires on the 1st, that's the Packer game day. It does not exist then. That would be my interpretation.
Because if you wanted to go all Sunday night into Monday morning, then you could. So if someone was going to have an outdoor area, but then you'd have noise ordinance issues.
Right.
So
It's like on the application, it's have the 2nd, November 2nd.
I would be in favor of letting it going through that Sunday night if it means going forward to Monday morning.
Isn't there some stipulations that the Packers can, the Packer is an event and they still have benefits to the event day rather than the resolution?
But their events,
But this is separate from any Packer anything.
That's what I'm saying. Should we, what I'm getting at, should we cancel this out prior to the Packer game?
I wouldn't. That's why when I picked November 1st is because that's Sunday. I would do midnight on November 1st. That's what I would do.
11:59 p.m. November 1st.
Okay.
I
11:59.
don't have a problem with that.
November 1st, that's
Because
game day morning.
Because Packer events don't need this ordinance.
Well, they would for this expanded outdoor area. Yes, they would. On certain businesses.
Well, Let's give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Okay.
Let it go at your 11:59.
So should we add 11:59, November 1st? PM?
The noise ordinance is at 10, isn't it?
But, I mean, if you have 6 extra people outside, they're probably not gonna make a lot of noise.
Well, let's face it too, that all these businesses around here for Packer games have been very compliant with everything that they're expected to do. And there's been really, as far as so many people being around, the businesses around the bars and restaurants have been really good about it.
I agree, Chris. They have been very good.
And they don't want to screw that up.
Yeah.
Nope.
So does anybody wanna make a motion?
I'll move to approve the resolution, da-da-da-da, what is it? I don't have any paperwork.
R6-2-20,
That's the one I wanted to mention.
but change it to,
11:59.
PM on
PM.
November 1.
If I may, Madam President, within resolution number R6-2-20, perhaps amended motion to reflect, note where it's noted November 1st, 2020, and then, coupled with that, 11:59 PM, because there's two mentions of November 1st.
At both places?
Yes.
Okay. So is that an amended motion, Gary? Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mike Malczewski. Does everybody understand the motion?
Yes.
Okay? All those in favor say aye.
I,
I have no items for next agenda. If anybody does, call the office. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Gary, seconded by Mike to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I'm getting educated for,
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'm trying to talk him into being a trustee. He's
Okay,
being
we're
educated
done.
right now.